It's a sister up north, better than Jordan. She'll get that break. Yeah, welcome back to the Break Podcast. Here on this podcast, we acknowledge all athletes who was a star in their city. Today is no different. We have Virginia Copeland. G!
Hold on.
Yeah, let me see
Oh,
you. Girl, get up in here.
you're hella stupid. Hello.
What up?
What's happening?
Chilling. Can you tell the people your name? What high school
My
you
name,
what high school
sorry,
you
go
went
ahead.
to and where you from?
My name is Virginia, aka Peanut. I'm from Tracy, California, and I went to Tracy High and West High.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna get right on into it, man. What age did you pick up a basketball?
It was fourth grade at Bone Elementary.
Who was it? Anybody specifically that made you pick up a ball, or was it like I don't know, you just picked up a
Um,
ball by yourself, or what's up?
I did it by myself, but my coach, I'll never forget him, Coach Tabari. That was my favorite coach ever.
That's a
And he
fact.
really just like encouraged me and told me like, no, you really have a gift. This isn't for play. And so yeah, that was really who kept me going and let me see that I really had something.
Okay, all right, all right. So you said Coach Tabari was your favorite coach, and we're gonna jump right into it. Why was he your
Yeah.
favorite coach?
Because one, to be honest, first he was black, right? And so especially living in Tracy, it was predominantly white. And so having a black coach was dope. And he was just super encouraging. I can't think of a negative comment that he said. And everything that he said, he just told me, like, just dribble with your left more so you can get better. He was just more positive with the way that he introduced stuff. And he was like my hype man. He
Yeah,
really encouraged me. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, Nick. Yeah, Coach Tabari, one of them coaches for sure, for sure. Say no more.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
all right, all right. What did you play for any AAU teams coming up?
I did. I played for the Tracy Tornadoes, Tracy Storm,
Okay.
and what were you gonna say?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, and so those are the two top that I remember. And then I played for a Boys and Girls Club. Wasn't really AAU, but that's what I started before I started playing AAU. But yeah, those are my top teams.
Which one was your favorite?
Probably the Tracy Tornadoes because I had Lachey. I'll give
Lachey
you her
Patterson?
number. Yep. Hey, look, I still talk. Yeah, I'll give you her number. Well, let me ask
Yeah.
her first. But yes, I had Lachey on there. Tiara, hello, you need to hit her up.
Facts. That's a fact.
And then I had Monique, Jaylena.
Facts.
Monique is actually a coach now, Gallardo. So yeah, that was my best team. And actually, Lachey and I and Tiara, when we got in trouble when we played for the Tracy Tornadoes, because we did they used to do it at Chabot, like the Jamboree.
Yeah.
So we did 3-on-3. And so that was when I was playing with the Tracy Tornadoes. And yeah, that was fun. But anyways, yeah, Tracy Tornadoes was my favorite team.
What was your most memorable game as Tracy Tornadoes playing with them?
Could it be when I just played with people from Tracy Tornadoes
Yeah,
separate or the game?
just that specific team. What
Okay, so it will probably be when we Lachey and Tiara and I played 3-on-3 at Chabot College for Jamboree. I mean, we were playing under Tracy Tornadoes, but we got in trouble because we weren't supposed to be doing that. But that was my favorite tournament of all times. We played people from the East Coast.
Yeah.
We played this team from Chicago, and we were going neck and neck, blood, sweat, and tears. I had my cousins there, my dad. So we lost by 1 point, but that was the most memorable game ever.
Okay. So when did you realize you really had game? Like, okay, you get acknowledgement from your basketball skills.
Uh, Probably in fourth grade, for real. I'll
Real?
never forget that game. Yeah, because I just remember it will probably be when we played South School, and we had lost by 1 point that game too. But I think when I had shot in fourth grade, I had made like 20. And I just remember looking in the stands and seeing my dad's face and everybody just kind of running up and down the court. And it was like an elementary school game. And
Okay.
so for me, it was like, people don't get hyped like that at elementary,
Yeah,
especially at
yeah.
Bone. So that's
Right.
when I kind of realized, like, okay, I could probably go somewhere with this. But yeah,
So let me ask you this. Did you play A team or did you play B team?
come on now. I played that.
All the balls.
But I'm not mad at B team either
Of
because when we
course.
needed some B team players to come up, they had heart.
Listen, no,
So
absolutely. But I just had to ask. But real ballers, like, yeah,
yeah, I played
you
on the
had
A
it.
team.
You had it early if you played for that A team for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Surely. Okay. All right.
Facts.
I heard you say you went to Tracy and West.
Hmm.
what school was which are both rivals for people that don't know out there? What school did you like playing for the most? If you had to pick out of the two.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, I didn't have the best experiences with both teams. But
Okay.
I would probably say West. I would probably say West because that's where I met Tiara. Um, and that's where I got to play with Shay. Of course, you got to play with Cameo,
Mhm.
Dominique, and they really made me better.
Yeah.
And they were just a raw team altogether. But I'm conflicted because at Tracy, I felt like I was, what's the word? I felt like the coaches kind of played me more. You know what I mean? Like I felt
All
like
right.
I'll be honest, I felt like I had a little bit more confidence in Tracy
Yeah.
because you had Jolene, you had Toya, you had Nikita, all of them like encouraged me.
All
West
right.
High, I didn't really get that much encouragement except from like Lachey. Everybody else I kind of felt like was against me,
Mhm.
and it's like we're playing the same team. At Tracy, Jolene and all of them, they uplifted me and were like, you could be good too. Do this. They practice with me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like Tracy better.
Do you feel like they worked with you because you grew up with these ladies
I
or
think that's a part of it for sure, but I think also because they saw me practicing. Like I lived on the same
just
street
more?
as Jolene and Toya and all them used to be over there, and they would see me practicing. I would practice with them, so they saw that I was trying to get better, and they saw that I had the heart for it. So yeah,
Okay, so you went to Tracy first.
I did.
Okay, so you coming into Tracy, who was that who was that lady up in there or that girl or whatever at the time that was like, yo, she's dope. And she might have
You better hit up Jolene. That's
Jolene?
facts.
Yeah,
Jolene,
Jolene.
hands hands down. And then after Jolene, Toya.
Toya?
Yeah, after Jolene Toya, because Toya had hands. She had handles for days. But I say Jolene just because Jolene was like all around. Now I'm not gonna sleep on Toya either, but
Right.
Jolene had the shotty and she was more like she encouraged people, like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Jolene off top.
Most most memorable game at Tracy.
Um Shoot, I can't remember who we played. I'm getting a little old, but
It's all
I'll
good.
say the most memorable game was we lost. And I was playing with Tanya. Let me not sleep on Tanya too. You should definitely hit her up.
Tanya, come
But
on.
Tanya and
Yeah,
I like to say we was like a little Kobe and Shaq for a minute. But yeah, my
yeah.
most memorable
That's
game
a
will
fact.
probably be when we played. I feel like it was against Goal or one of those areas from like hecka far away.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
those girls were hecka beastie, right? And so it was a hard game, but we showed out.
Yeah.
They were fouling a lot and we kept playing. And so we played our hearts out. But that was my most memorable game because we still lost and I really wanted to win that because we were that close.
Okay. Most since you played for both schools, most memorable game at West.
Honestly, when I was transferred to West, I played with varsity. Then I got moved down off of some politics stuff.
Mm.
So when I got moved down back to JV, I'll never forget my first game back. And that's when I started playing with T. And I was like, I got something to prove. And I busted like 30 something. Again, I cannot remember who I played, but I'll never forget looking at the varsity coach, like, yeah, and you demoted me, and
Yeah,
I'll never forget. He was like, after the game, you play like that, you can get moved back up. But anyways, so that
yeah.
was my most memorable game when I got moved down from JV. And the next game, I didn't let that defer me. And I hit like 35, 30 something like that.
Oh, oh, he was killing. Okay, so
I was.
you played a you played shooting guard, right?
I did.
Okay. Most games you had the most threes.
That would
Who was
probably
it?
when we played, was it that would be my with West High or Tracy High, I can't remember to be honest with you. But AAU wise, it was when I was playing against one of the girls from East Union. I don't remember which team she was on,
Okay.
but it that was probably my most game with threes. And we were playing in we went out of town. I think we were like in Oakland. And so it was a different vibe. And I
Okay.
just remember showing out and feeling
Yeah.
myself. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
probably my most memorable game. I can't tell you how many threes I hit. I just remember girls saying all she could do is shoot. All she could do is shoot. And that's
Yeah.
all I did.
It was killing.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So if you was coming out of high school, this is say there's nothing wrong with you. You're 100%. Your grades is right. Everything. What was your two top colleges that you would have loved to play for?
um, I've always loved New York. And so playing out there any school was definitely a top, but you know, my dad was shutting that down. Um, and then the other school, um, I can't really think. I think I always wanted to just be on the East Coast, but
Yeah.
I ended up Lucy, Kansas.
Oh, oh, Kansas.
Hmm.
Okay.
Bethany College, not Kansas State, but Bethany College.
Bethany. Was it what is just because you want to be on the East Coast, or was it like the coach, or was it a certain player?
No, that was to be honest with you, it was that school and another school were the only schools that were giving me half basketball scholarships. And so, you know, I chose it.
So
But I went to Bethany College in Kansas.
okay, what was that feeling like when you first got that? Yo, we're interested in you. What was that feeling like? Do you remember that feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy about it. But you know, to be honest, not to get too deep, but that's when my parents were kind of separated and there was a lot of drama going on at that time. I wasn't talking to my dad, and so it kind of took that feel out of it, you know, because he was like always basketball, basketball. So when I got that chance and I actually got accepted, I didn't really hear from him like a congratulations or anything. So it just kind of took the excitement out of it, to be honest with you. But I mean, I was juiced to get out of Tracy. So I
Yeah,
was excited, but I was also very nervous. And yeah, when I got there, it was something else.
yeah. What's your favorite shoes to play in on the court?
Iversons.
Which ones?
I don't really know which ones. Iversons and look, and ones. Cause that's what I started in. My dad always had me in and ones.
Okay.
So to be honest with you, those were hecka comfortable.
Oh, wait, okay, so you
And
saying
light.
oh no, that's a fact. That's a fact. But you being in the N ones, did you watch N one?
Yeah, you know, my dad had me watching and ones and stuff like he had me watching all the tournaments.
Was it a specific player that you liked from N one? Was it anybody that you Skip to My Lou, Future, half man, half amazing? Was it anybody that was like, oh, I like what he do on the court?
It was definitely Skip to My Lou. And I think because my dad would always tell me how much, which he was right, I needed to work more on my dribbling than my shooting. And Skip to
Okay.
My Lou just had that. You know what I mean? He had the speed, he was able to have control over the ball at the same time, you know, and do crazy stuff with it. So probably Skip to My Lou because that's who my dad had me study more.
Okay. Favorite gym to play in high school? What school did you go to and like, oh, I love playing in this gym. I'm about to go off in this gym. Like I like the court.
Tracy High. Tracy High because it was just different vibe. Like for me, West High's gym was newer,
Yeah.
but Tracy High was more grimier. And I love that. I loved playing in that gym and just smelling the funk and the sweat and it was just dirty. And that made me want to play like harder.
That's a
So, and I feel like too, it was smaller, but when it would get crazy, it made it more crazy. Like people were on the court with me, if that made sense. It was like more of an intimate feel. So Tracy and the
you
Boys and Girls Club.
okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you transferred to West. Do you were what was your mindset going into getting ready to play Tracy? Was it like I got
Mm.
something to prove? Like I'm about to go off? Was it like fuck y'all? Like what's up?
Oh, it was definitely I have something to prove. That's
Okay.
a fact.
Okay.
Because I felt like I didn't really get what I deserved there. And you know, with basketball, especially in Tracy, I'll just say in general, there's a lot of politics to it. And so for me, it was like I'm about to go all out. I had a coach, my JV coach at West High was a lot more like you do you
Yeah.
rather than Tracy High. It was like if you don't follow exactly what
Yeah.
I say, you know what I mean? Like you're getting off the court. Even if I saw something, I'm on the court and I see a better
Yeah.
deal or solution, like, no, I'm going to pass. So I definitely, when I played Tracy High for the very first time, I have something to prove. And I'm glad you said that because that was a game that I did go off. That was Tracy.
Yeah.
That was Tracy High.
Was it at Tracy or was it at West?
It was at West High. It was at West High. It was
Okay.
at West High.
Do
Yeah.
you remember who Tracy had on the team? Anybody?
Yeah, you know, they had Gina Scarlata. You should definitely hit her up.
Uh, absolutely.
Yeah, but that's all I remember to be honest with you because I was when I played them I was on the JV. So yeah, that's who I remember that stands out for right now.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely remember Gina. Ben hit Gina
Hmm.
up for
And we
sure.
used to go neck and
Gina.
neck. Oh wait, hold on. Dominique. You know Dominique, she was raw. Erica's
Yeah.
sister. Yeah, I remember
Absolutely.
playing her too. Yeah. So yeah, that she stood
Absolutely.
out for sure. She was
Okay.
raw. Hmm.
Facts. That's a fact. Big up Dom.
And she and look, she was younger than me, and that girl was raw. I was like, God dang, she blocked one of my shots. But anyways, yeah, I
Dom
remember
had
playing
it.
her. She was
Dom
good.
had it. Like
Yeah, she did.
you can't take nothing away from her. That
You
Dom had
cannot. You
it.
cannot. She was raw.
Okay, I heard you say something about the coach. Do you feel that when coaches put like you got to stick to the script, do you feel that put shackles on a player like on their game?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it makes me think like one, you don't trust me.
Right,
I feel like I'm an obedient player. Like I'm disciplined.
right,
I can take critique. I want to be better. I'm that type
right,
of person. But at the same time, I felt like anytime they questioned or I made a different move and somebody made the shot or I did a just tweaked a play, it to me it was more of like, okay, so you just want to have control. I feel like there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
okay, now it's just you want to control it. Like
right.
if I just made a little change and we got a score, why does that matter? So I felt like they didn't trust me.
I get it. I think that mess up players all the time. It sometimes it make them be in their head, and a player that that could get 20 on any given day and make them like,
Exactly.
I got 5, and they just don't look like that player that they are.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can you give me 2 players that you love to play with? That you
Of course, Lachey Patterson for
Ah,
sure. My
that's a fact.
dog.
That's
She
a
was
fact.
raw.
That
Um, yeah, for sure.
fact.
I love playing with Tiara too.
Okay.
I gotta get more than that though. But I love playing with Tiara because Tiara was always so confident. No matter what the scoreboard looked like. And that was one thing that I struggled with that I admired about her. I was in my head a lot. I didn't have the confidence that I think I should have had. And it's not blaming coaches, but at the same time, if Coach Jabari was my coach all through high school, I feel like I would have been a different type of animal. But I didn't have like coaches who would kind of like encourage me. It was like, oh no, you having a bad game, you got the ball stolen, get out. You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah,
saying? Like it
yeah,
was kind of
yeah,
like that. So,
yeah.
but with TR, I mentioned TR just because no matter what it looked like, she always stayed positive. Lachey, obviously, because she was raw with it, period. And I love playing with Tanya too.
I'm
Cause
like, you gotta say that. That was your
yeah, no, no, no. I
Shaq.
love playing.
Got
Yeah,
to
I know,
like
I know. I love playing with Tanya. Tanya was a beast, and she was just unexpected. Like nobody thought that she was as good as she was.
facts.
Maybe because she was white or whatever, but Tanya was nasty with it. I love playing with Tanya.
Not nasty. Baller. But most memorable
Yeah,
game with Tanya. What's a memorable game that you have with Tanya?
that the game where we played, I think it was gold, and I just never forget. That's why I said I felt like we were like Kobe and Shaq. I kept passing it to her down low. She was getting open like crazy, and these girls were like hella big and hella tall, and she was just going raw with it, doing reverse moves, shooting it up in the backboard,
Yeah.
passing it back out. I was busting threes, so we were just going back and forth. So that was probably my most memorable game. Yeah.
Okay. Is it 2 players that you wish you would have played with that you didn't play with from any era, any team, AAU, early?
Um, I played with Nikita, but I wish I would have been able to play with her more.
Yeah.
Um, because yeah, I had a few games with Nikita where Nikita went off too, but I didn't get enough playing time when we were on the same team because she was on varsity.
Yeah.
But probably Nikita, and then oh my gosh, if AAU wise, but I think she sprained her ankle, but she went to St. Mary's.
Oh,
She was white, heck, oh my
Jackie. You talking about
gosh,
Jackie?
yes,
Oh
yes,
man.
yes,
Oh
yes,
my
yes,
god.
yes, yes.
Oh
Like
my
that's
god.
somebody I would have loved. And of course, we played against and got our smacked by St. Mary's every time. But played with her, even in AAU when we played against her, I was just like, man,
I
she
saw
was just
Jackie
raw.
go for like 50 and she sat out the third and the fourth. Like
Yeah, yeah.
ridiculous.
No, she
Like,
she was raw. It's messed up. She got her ankle. Oh, and then I also love playing with her name's Tasha. She went to Berkeley. She's
okay.
light skinned. I don't know her last name, but she's
Facts.
very well known. But she's from the
Facts.
Bay Area.
Facts. That's a fact. I know you talking about. I don't know her last name either, but
Okay.
baller.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Say no more.
Yeah.
Okay. Greatest player that you ever seen play in the city of Tracy that you just watched. It might be 2. I don't know. A girl and a guy, 2 boys, 2 girls. I don't know. But greatest player that you ever watched where you like, you could have been a shorty, watching. I don't know. But somebody that you was like, oh, they got it. Oh my God. Oh, they went off. like me, you mentioned it, Coach Tabari. I remember being like in the 7th grade going to West and watching Nick Tabari, and they was chanting his name, and he was just like going
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. I gotta keep it Queenie, so I'm only gonna mention the females.
Go
But probably the first time I watched Nikita play,
ahead.
for sure,
All
went off, hella dynamic.
right.
Um, hella
Facts.
dynamic.
Oh man.
And then probably Jolene, and then the third person
Mm.
is facts is Lachey. I'll never forget watching Lachey
Mm.
play, and I was like, this is a different type of animal.
Animal. Listen,
It,
I remember Lachey just, man, like lowering the court, just playing on like the little, on like the weekend after school type joint. She dunking on 8, 9 feet. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Ah!
yes,
Like,
yes, and being able to play with her, I think in middle school, yeah, that's when I first saw her play, and I'll never forget. Just when we had the tryouts. And I didn't really talk to her like that. We didn't get cool till we started hooping together. And I
right.
just remember being like, oh shoot, she got a whole other beast. And to be honest with you, that's when my dad started getting really hard on me, like, you gotta learn how to dribble. You let her take your spot. And I was like, I'm fine being a shooting guard because I was a point guard before Lachey.
Really? Okay.
But go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, really? Okay.
No, but for me, how I always looked at it is people can look at it like my dad. Oh, you let her take your spot. I didn't. I worked hard and I was good at what I did. I was a better shooter, and I give props when they're due. When they're due, and Lachey
Right,
made me better, if that
right,
makes sense.
right.
Like it wasn't about one. Like for me, it was always like we're a team, and
Yeah,
if I see a better point guard, you got it. And we played for it. It wasn't like I just gave it up. We played for it.
yeah.
And hold on, Mr. Sato was the coach at Williams, right? And Mr. Luperini, who I worked with recently. And so that was funny.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. But yeah, those two coaches, they had us play one-on-one for it. So yeah.
Okay. Uh, I love Luperini and Soto for that because they make you like, yo, y'all about to
Yeah,
go.
like they
Yeah.
saw her, but they weren't like, and those are the type of coaches. I think once I got to high school, that's when my confidence went way down because elementary and middle school, I felt like I had way more confidence. If I could look at plays, I'm pretty sure I scored way more points. You just
Yeah.
saw a different fire in me. When
Yeah.
I got to high school, I just felt like it was more of like politics,
That's a fact.
and
Of
just
course.
not really trying to work with me one on one or anything like that.
Of course. Of course. Toughest matchup for you? Who was somebody that you played against and you just knew like she gonna bring it every time? She's a problem on the court.
Well, I could do for who was on my team, and then I could do for the other team. Definitely Jackie from
Oh
St.
man.
Mary's for sure.
Facts.
Um, I wouldn't say like tough, and this is no shade, but I love playing Gina Scarlata. We would go neck and neck, but it was more
Man,
like
Gina's a
fun. Like
baller.
I knew she was gonna bring it, and she knew I was gonna bring it every time. So it was more like fun.
Yeah.
And then as far as team, when I was on varsity on West High, of course, Dominique and Cameo. Shoot, I am not gonna lie. I used to hate playing one on one with them,
What,
but that was
what,
the toughest for sure.
what was it about Cameo and Dominique that you just was like, oh shit?
They just, to be honest with you, they have more power with their dribbles.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was kind of they're on WNBA status, and I just felt a little bit. I didn't have as much power with my dribble, and again, that could be internally. I just didn't have enough confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they were taller, they were stronger, and they just had more power. I'm gonna keep it honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I needed some protein shakes. And they did weightlifting and all. You know what I'm saying?
I
They were just
know.
on a different level. Like, and I wasn't doing that. So yeah.
Do you remember a memorable game from either one of them, Cameo or Dominique, that stick out on your head that was like, okay, this is why they're Dominique and this is why she's Cameo? That stick, I mean,
Mm,
maybe not. I don't know.
yeah, probably when we went to a game in San Diego, and I just remember we were down by heck of much. And I remember Dominique just came in and went in like all the way in. I'm talking about outside shot, inside shot, stealing the ball like it was candy from the other team,
Yeah.
and the coach had sat her down for a while. I think he was trying to give like newer players a chance,
Yeah.
but we were down by 30 and he put her in the game and it was a wrap. So
Really?
yeah, Dominique was nice.
Okay. All right. Well, this part of the segment, I'm just gonna ask you questions. It's no right or wrong answer. It's just your opinion.
Okay.
Okay. Lisa Leslie or Candace Parker?
uh, I'll say Candace Parker.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Bench. Let me see. Start one, trade one, and bench one. Okay.
Okay.
Maya Moore, Cheryl Swoops, and Diana Taurasi.
Cheryl Swoops is start.
Okay.
And then what was the other two?
Maya Moore.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
No, but what was it? It was start what?
start, trade, and bench. So you starting Cheryl Swoops. Who you
Mm-hmm.
trading? Maya Moore, or Diana Taurasi. Let me remind you, Diana Taurasi is the White Mamba. Don't get my show canceled now, okay? Okay. All right.
I'm trading Maya Moore.
Okay. All right. There you go. Okay. All right. You go trade her and you go bench the White Mamba.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is her opinion. Okay, you guys. So don't cancel this show before we even take off. Okay. All right. All right. I'm playing. I'm playing. All right. 96 Bulls, 2001 Lakers, or the Warriors when they had KD. Who wins in this matchup?
96 Bulls.
Okay. All right. Shaq and Kobe or Shaq and Penny?
Shaq and Kobe.
All right. Okay. You need a three. It's game seven. You down three. You down three, game seven. You got all these players in their prime. Who's taking this shot? Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Steph Curry, or Larry Bird?
It's between Ray Allen and Steph Curry. Ray Allen is one of my favorite players, along with Kevin Garnett. Um, oh, I have to go with Steph now, though. So you know what I mean.
I,
I
I,
would go with the old Ray, but I'm gonna go with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. Okay. All right. As a baller, everybody got movies that like hype them up. So I'm gonna ask you, loving basketball, um, above the rim, or he got game.
Oh, that's hard. Okay, loving basketball, it hypes me up. But like when I was playing AAU, it would have to be above the rim
Of course, I see it.
because
I
got
see
this
it.
on here. But yeah, we have to be above the rim. I loved He Got Game, but yeah, above the rim to me was more had a little bit more hoop in it. He
Yeah.
Got Game was
Yeah.
good, but I love above the rim. That got me
Uh,
hyped more.
okay. So listen, say no more. It's your opinion. Okay. What did they have a nickname for you on the court?
No, everybody just called me Peanut. It had nothing to do with my skill at all. They
No.
just called me Peanut.
Okay. All right. Give me your NBA top five.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me go back. They did call me the glove because I remember my dad put me in. It was like a camp. Don't make that face because where's my shoe? My dad has it. I actually got a signed Gary Payton shoe because I did Brian Shaw's camp in Oakland. I
Okay.
think I was like in sixth grade and I had the best defense. So yeah, they used to call me the glove. I should have had the shoe. Sorry, I wasn't prepared, y'all.
It's all
But
good.
yeah, the glove.
The
Because
glove.
defense was something that I remember playing at the Boys and Girls Club when I played against boys and nobody was passing me the ball. And I'll never forget, my dad was like, you're going to have to take it. And so that's what I triggered on was like, my defense has to be on point. So I would say that was something that inspired that.
I'm glad you said the Boys and Girls Club. Do you remember any ballers that was out there that you was playing with? It might be one, it might be two.
Yeah, I think I played with David Booby.
David?
Yeah,
You?
yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I played with him.
Okay.
Everybody else, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit fuzzy, but yeah, that was one that
That's
stuck out.
enough. That's enough.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know, I
If
know.
if
Yeah,
you
that
live
was fun.
if you from T City and you lived in Trace, you know
For
David doing.
sure.
You know Booba. Period.
For
That's a fact.
sure.
This boy
For
was
sure. For sure.
for
For sure.
sure.
And
So
mind you, my son's about to play Boys and Girls Club League. So yeah, watch out for that. But anyways.
you said what?
I said Castle's about to play for the Boys and Girls Club too, so watch out for that on Saturdays, 9 a.m. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, little Castle out there. All right. Oh, okay. Shout out Castle. All right. Like I threw that in there. All right. Say no more. You got it. All right. Your top five. If you was an NBA coach, who would be your top five of all time? It's no any era and one on the bench or one coming off the bench, whatever. Any era.
Okay. So Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Steph Curry, Magic Johnson. Ugh.
More.
Wait, what?
Two more.
I
Start.
know, I know. One more. I know.
No, two more.
Um,
Starting five and one on the bench.
so I need two more.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, give me a second. Michael Jordan, of course. My
Okay.
bad.
Thank
And
you.
then coming off the bench would
Okay.
have to be Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Oh, okay. That's it. Oh, all right. You want to fuck shit up? All right. Say no more. Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't need a LeBron.
Okay. Wow. All right. This is how you feel it. All right. Say no more. Okay. Let's go. Top five, including yourself, Tracy, all time. I mean, you taking these girls, any era, you taking these girls and you going to fuck some shit up. So you
Okay.
five,
Okay.
including yourself. So you already to six. So give me five.
Okay. Lachey Patterson,
Damn.
Dominique. Was
Okay.
it? Yeah, Dominique. Nikita,
Okay.
Jolene, and Toya.
For you. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
you want it. All right, say no more. I like it. It's your
Mm-hmm.
top, that's your top Tracy of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Say no more.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with it. All right, say no more. Well, what's some advice that a coach gave you that you still live by to this day? Anything. Any
Coach
coach.
Tabari, when he told me, and you know, again, a lot of coaches say this, but it was true. You are your worst enemy. You know, you are the one that you'll be the reason on why you don't play your best. Like pretty much I need to get out of my head. That was his best advice. Like I'm my worst enemy. It's not the other team. It's not, you know, I'm not practicing enough. He just would tell me like you overthink too much. You know what I'm saying? And he would say,
Yeah.
you got to get out of your head. You're your worst enemy. So that was something. And that was like a life thing too. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. No more. What's something that you would tell Peanut in 11 or the glove? The 11th.
You're so whack.
What's something that you would tell the glove at her going into her senior year from her junior year? Do you like you right now having acknowledged that you have now? What would you tell the younger you going into your senior year?
Oh man, don't get distracted. Do not get distracted. Like you have a goal and you have to endure. Don't get distracted by the little stuff. Don't get distracted by these Negroes. You have a goal. And don't sweat the little things. Go harder. That's what I would tell myself. Go harder, endure, and don't get distracted.
When you say go harder, do you mean like practice wise, putting up more practice more shots? What's up?
Um, I think for me, it would be the go harder with the other stuff. Like, so yeah, I guess practice more because I felt like I practiced a lot. You knew who my dad was,
Sure,
but
for
no
sure.
chill time. I
Yeah,
do feel like, you know, that was a time where my parents were a little iffy. And
yeah,
so I did have a lot more chill time to get distracted, if I could be honest. And so
yeah.
although I practiced every day, on my chill time, I wasn't. And I was doing stuff that was interfering with it. You know, now I do like coaches are more, they're on their players more about, hey, eat this, drink more water. You know, I didn't have coaches that were kind of doing that. So it's just like eating better and actually training like you in the WNBA. So for
Yeah.
me, it would just be practicing more and there's no chill time. There's no
Okay.
chill time.
I heard you say your son getting ready to play. Uh, what's some advice you would give him with all the stuff that you have now?
Oh my gosh, it's like full circle with him, man. And it's a little different, to be honest with you. My son, he's a computer person.
Yeah,
That boy can code. He could do a lot of stuff. I really only have him in sports for confidence, and I don't want him to get lazy. I don't know if he's going to be a baller like that, but with him, I do see him And it's just like, God is funny because now it's like I'm kind of talking to myself. He gets down on himself so much. And I'm like, oh, nah. So I'm always trying to tell him, like, yo, you are a beast.
Yeah.
Like stuff that I wish people would have told me.
Yeah.
But Castle's confidence when it comes to sports and stuff, like, it's not there right now. Hopefully it'll get there. But that's what I always tell him, like, you're a beast, bro. Like,
Yeah.
stop getting down. You want, if he'll see somebody better, he'd be like, oh man, they're better than me. And to be honest with you, I wasn't like that, but in my head I was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it, but you could tell with my game.
Yeah.
And so what I tell him is like, you want to be good, let's go. You got to
Yeah.
practice harder. Let's do an extra lap. Let's do an extra layup.
That's a fact.
So that's something I do with him now.
Do you see yourself turning into your dad while you out there practicing with him, or are you mindful of like, okay, I don't want to be that, or what's up?
So like there's pieces with all parents, right? Okay, I would do this that my parent did and not this. So
Yeah.
with my dad, he was an excellent person who was like a hype man, right? Like, let's go, right? And of
Yeah.
course, with your
Yeah.
parents, you're
Yeah.
harder on your kid. But I am more mindful of that. So I do take from my dad on the discipline. Castle and I practice every single day. If I got him, we practice it. But if I see that he's tired or he's having a little bit of a hard day, I don't push him harder. That's something that my dad did, and it kind of like made it worse, you know? So I would say on that part, I'm like my dad with discipline wise, and we're practicing every day. And I can get a little bass in my voice. I'm aggressive. I'm a boy mom, but I'm more encouraging, if that makes sense. Like, good
Yeah.
job, Cass. Good
Yeah.
job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad wasn't like that. It was like, that was whack. You could do better, which I'm not mad at. It made me better, but you know.
I got you. I got you. Do you remember a game, since you brought up Johnny C? Do you remember a
I
game?
hope you don't see this. Well,
He
hold
might.
on. You got him on Instagram?
No,
You
but
don't?
I'm going to add him. I'm going to
Okay.
make sure I add him so you can't see this. Do
I'll
you?
sue you.
Okay, here you go. Do you remember a game you being mad at him and you took it out on the court and just went off?
No, it was the opposite for me. If me and my dad were funking, like that messed up my game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that messed up my game. For sure. And it got to a point to where I would tell my dad, like, yo, don't come to my games, bro. Cause it would mess up my game, to be honest with you. Even when I played in college, I would make sure I'll call my uncle, like he's not coming, right? Cause you know my dad will pop up. It messed up my game.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to channel that and turn that in a different direction. Like, you know,
Yeah.
maybe because I was his firstborn and I'm the girl, but there's a different type of attachment when it comes to that. And so that messed up my game.
I
I
got
couldn't get it out my head.
you. Okay. So would you tell other parents to just let them play that game and chill and
It to a certain extent, because you know, now when I think of myself at Castle's game, this is his second season. You know, I am that parent, not so much like my dad, like negative with it, although my dad was a little bit of both, but
yeah.
I am more because you know your kid. And if you
Right.
see your kid, especially when they're young, being lazy with it, or you know, and the coach ain't getting to him, oh, I be coming off that bench like my dad. I do. And I pull him to the side and we have our little talk. So I don't know, but I do it so much. One of the coaches asked me to be a coach. So we'll see, to be continued.
Okay. Okay. Well, we got a minute and 30 left, so I have to ask you this. What's something that you miss about the game?
Um, um I don't really know how to answer that question. I could just say the time that I miss or the era that I miss. I think when it was just fun. I miss when it was just about having fun. I miss when it was just about when you had the coaches who were trying to encourage you, wanted you guys to win, but at the same time, they wanted you to win individually. It wasn't so much about winning the game. They saw your growth and they would encourage you in the progress. So I guess what I miss the most is just when basketball was fun, when it was less about the politics, when it was more about seeing the growth in the individual player, the camaraderie, and yeah,
Okay. Say no
if
more.
that makes sense.
That make perfectly good sense to me, for sure, for
Okay.
sure. It's the purest at that time. Well, I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time out. I really appreciate you. I just want to give you your flowers. This is what we do on that show. It was an honor watching you coming up. It was an honor playing against you. We had a lot of them one-on-one battles, shootouts, all the whole thing. Man, I just want to give you your flowers and like, yeah, you're amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is cool. I love it. I love it. Let me know if you need some numbers
Oh, absolutely.
for other players.
All them ladies you said, I need it.